Hi, I'm Adam McKee with Contemporary Woods, and today we're going to show a repair on a cabinet. So we have some pre-finished material, and unfortunately we had a fastener that we didn't drive correctly or drive straight, and it went through the edge. So we're going to use the process of clean, level repair. We've already taken a rag and cleaned any foreign materials off of here. I'm going to grab a drill and I'm going to get this ready to be repaired. So if you zoom in on here, you can see that we've lost some of the veneer, and you can see that there's a hole here, which is good, but we need a little bit more room for the material to grasp. So I'm going to grab a drill and I'm going to put some holes in it so the filler can bite into the hole. And so for this project, you'll need something to clean the area with, like a rag and naphtha or denatured alcohol, something that's not super abrasive or super aggressive, but it cleans any waxes and foreign materials off the surface. Second, you'll need your fill, whatever you're going to do. If for smaller repairs, we could use a fill stick. For larger repairs, we're going to use this epoxy putty stick. This one is made by Mohawk, and it's the natural maple, and that's the number for the color. I want to make more depth for the fill to grab, so I'm going to grab a drill bit and I'm going to make now I'm going to take a knife and clean out I forgot to mention, I put this laminate shim in here to keep this straight line where the two pieces meet. So what I'm doing is I'm looking in the hole and I'm making sure that it's deep enough and it's clean enough and there's enough for the epoxy to bite onto. Now what you do, this is an epoxy, and so one is the resin and one's the activator, and you would cut off a section. So I'm going to cut off a little bit. As long as I'm cutting a fairly even thickness slice, it'll work just fine. There is some plastic on here I'm going to remove. Okay. Put the lid back on our repair. And when you mix the two together, you want the color to be consistent. So I'm mixing it until all the color is the same. I can still see some gray in there. I believe the working time on this is about 20 minutes. I'm going to take a blade and I'm going to force it into there. I'm doing a skewing action there. Now the only concern I have is removing this shim. I have two options. I could try to remove the shim now, but I'm really not confident that I could pull it out without pulling my patch out. It's kind of like drywall or concrete. Just leave it alone. Once you get it smoothed out, let it be. You always can sand it later. I'm pretty pleased with the flatness of it. I think overall it looks a lot better than having the giant hole there. And I don't really want to add more material to this. If this was out in the open on a flat surface, once it starts to harden up in 15 or 20 minutes, you could start taking a small custom plane and planing down the surface so it's flat and level. But in this case, I'm going to leave it be. And I think in half an hour we'll pull the shim. And when we pull the shim, we'll try to drive it sideways instead of pulling it up. And hopefully that smooth surface of the shim will help break that. So to recap, we used an epoxy putty stick to fill a defect that we caused in our product. We used a knife to clean any foreign objects out of that and to prepare it for the repair. I used a flat blade to apply it. And then I also used a drill to drill some holes and also kind of give it more to grab. If it was a smooth crater like this, the epoxy wouldn't have anything to grab on the outside edges. Whereas if it was kind of a cave, more like where you have a lip, that epoxy has more of a physical connection. So that's what we're doing. And this is how you start a repair, by cleaning, leveling, and then filling, and then doing the repair. Thanks so much for watching.